Hi, my name is Annie. I'm a librarian here at the West Bend Library. I've fallen in love with Bonanza probably around middle of COVID, and I've been collecting Bonanza items for the last three, 4 years now. I was watching it on TV and just thinking, oh, I like the show, it's really cute. And then all of a sudden one day I was like, I really love this show and it's so much fun. And I looked on eBay and there were tons of things for it. So I thought, hey, why not? I don't collect anything else, so it'd be fun to start a collection on Bonanza. My first piece probably was one of these comic books. I have them all. I also have them in several languages. I have French, Netherlands, Portugal, France, Italy, Spain, Greece, Germany, and a new one from Sweden. So, yeah, so much fun. And then I started collecting magazines. These are only some of the magazines that I have. I have about 120 magazines featuring either Bonanza or Michael Landon. Michael Landon is probably one of my favorite characters. Little Joe, I should say, was my favorite character, and then of course Hoss. Who doesn't love Hoss? The two of them together, I think, really made it for me because they have so many episodes together, and they're funny and they're sweet and they're just fun. So I think one of my favorite pieces is Little Joe and his horse. And I have 3 of the 4. I have Ben, Hoss, and Little Joe. Little Joe was my first one. And that's what he looks like inside. Very well protected. He comes with accessories. He comes with gun, bandana, hat, vest, which I think is not his because he wears the green coat. I also have a replica green coat that I wear in the summertime. I know I'm weird. He's got his little gun, and the horse comes with the saddle and everything, so it's pretty complete.
What have your family or friends said about?
They think I'm really weird, of course. My mom laughs at me all the time, but I've got her to watch it. It's on MeTV in the afternoons through the week, and every once in a while she'll text me and say, oh my goodness, Hoss is doing something funny, or I'll text back to her and say, oh, you got to watch this one, this is a really good episode. So she thinks I'm weird, but she's also having fun with it. Well, like I said, what really gets to me is the humor of it. So I really like the humorous ones. The more serious ones, of course, they're drama and they're exciting to see what happens, because sometimes somebody gets shot, and that's always fun, because if you've ever noticed, if you ever watched Bonanza, that Little Joe, whenever he gets shot, he spins around. So it's one of those strange trivia things that I've noticed. Yeah.
Whose idea was it to put this at the library?
Mine. Nancy, my supervisor, was looking for ideas for the display. I said, well, I do have a collection of Bonanza items. Everything is not what you see here. I have quite a few more items, either framed or in binders that didn't fit in here. So. But the stuff-wise, that's pretty much everything I have. Yes, my first comic book, I believe, is framed, which is not displayed at the moment. But I started just finding out that they were so available. So I just went and I collected all of them, and then I found the national ones, and I study French, so of course the French ones were my first choice, and finding Bonanza in French was, pretty thrilling to me. And then I found all the other countries, and just thought that would be fun to have because it's different. Not everybody's gonna collect Bonanza from Germany, or Sweden,
A lot of it seems to be in very mint condition. I mean, your lunch boxes.
I tried to get the lunchbox. I had a lunchbox that I actually sold because it didn't have a handle on it. So I did sell that one, and I bought a different one. The puzzles, I don't know if they're complete because I've never tried them. Everything is in pretty good condition, and I try to, try not to spend too much on everything, but when you find something, you find something, and it's just a fun thing to get into. I mean, if there was anything that I wanted to collect, this was like the first thing that ever interested me enough to want to collect items for. So,
as a sidebar, then did you follow Michael Landon through the rest of his career? And
Oh,
are you
yeah.
into Little House?
I love Little House. I've always loved Little House. I used to watch it when I was a kid. I remember watching Highway to Heaven with my grandma, and I remember when he passed, which was sad in its own right, but thinking about it now, I remember it more than I did then, because it was just, Pa from Little House, and I didn't know Bonanza at all back then. So
If somebody's debating whether they should come out and see this, what would you say to encourage them?
please do. I'd love to share my stuff. That's pretty much why everything's here, just to bring a little bit of nostalgia along, a little piece of history, or maybe even your childhood. But it's all in fun.
Do you or your ma recognize any guest stars?
Oh yes.
Like Ricardo Montalban?
Oh yes. We have. In fact, I watch some other westerns too. So I always say, "Oh, he was on Bonanza. He was on Bonanza. He was on Bonanza." And yeah, my mom, she gets into it too. She's like, "Who is that guy?" And I'm like, "I can't remember his name, but And then she'll say who she remembers him from, and Well, let's see. Pernell Roberts was only Adam until the 6th season. He left after that, basically because he wanted to grow his character a little bit more, have a little bit more acting involved in it, and of course the producers wouldn't let him. So he left the show, and then the rest of the cast stayed on until 1972, when Dan Blocker actually passed away, Hoss. And then I wouldn't say the show went downhill, because I still enjoy the last season, but the last season was terminated in the middle of the season. So season 14 only has 16 episodes, I believe. So it was really Hoss that was the glue of the whole series, and I think that's probably why it went when it did. Of course, didn't want to see it end, but